Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hey,
to to the What Do You Have to Say podcast. I'm Phil, and this is Uriah. We're your hosts, two cousins, two perspectives, one mission. We
one.
definitely will have some fun, some lighthearted and sometimes difficult conversations. We dive into topics such as lifestyle, events, current events, personal growth. We're talking about it all. In
Mhm.
today's episode, we're jumping in and talking about turning the page and embracing new hope. New year and new beginnings. Let's
New
talk
year,
about it.
new beginnings.
Yes.
A new beginning starts right now. A fresh start's finally here. We'll lift our eyes to meet the day. Find our strength is in.
Turn the page. Well,
Turn-
we're here.
We're
Welcome back.
here. Hey guys, good you're here. Glad you're here. Let us know
Absolutely.
in the comments where you are from. That will kind of give us an idea of who's listening and who's
Oh, I like
watching.
that. I like
Let
that.
us know. So, wow. Today, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, and if we're honest, I'm just
And
a
we're
wee bit tired. I've
okay, if
been
we're honest,
running my
yes.
butt off, but I'm okay. I'm
That's
okay.
good. That's
How about you?
good. I'm good. I'm on holiday from work, and so I have had some rest and been able to cook some good meals and eat some good food and fellowship with some friends, and I'm really in a good space right now. So thank you for asking. And
You will be proud because this morning, like I getting up and going, I have made chicken and dumplings.
let me see. I'm sorry. Let me pause for just a minute. I think this is Uriah. I mean, but it was no cook Uriah. But now I got chicken and dumplings.
Chicken and
Oh,
dumplings. Well, I have a list of things, recipes from my mom and my sister
uh-huh.
that I know
Okay.
that I can make. And this
Yes.
weather is chicken or egg noodles, but they didn't have egg noodles, so I used
Hmm.
dumplings. So
Okay.
that's what I did this morning, and it's in the crock pot right now, and I can smell it. And after we finish here, what
That's
will
what
I do?
you that's what you having? Okay.
Yes.
Oh man. I feel like a proud papa. I feel I'm so happy because you know what? I have some chicken in the oven right now. So, yeah, wow, that's good, man.
Yeah,
You're on
yeah.
your way. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. That's good.
Well,
First,
I'll add
go.
a few things. I mean, things that you can put
Yes.
in the pot and cook. Like I can do chili, I can do the
Yes.
chicken then noodles, things like that. And
Yes. Yes.
I can follow recipe. I can make my mom's cake. I can make sweet potato pie, and there we sort of stop.
And then it was just, hey, then that's it. But you know what? Those are the only things that you kind of need right there. Something sweet, something protein, something, filling, and you can feed yourself and you will not starve.
Oh no.
And you can cook some stuff. Wow. And you know what? Now that you mention it, I was thinking about we continue to buy the same groceries. I didn't realize how much of the same groceries that we buy over and over because we cook the same meals over
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
over. We cook the same meals, and I was like, I keep buying bananas and oranges and those fresh fruits and things, but I just keep buying chicken and some ground beef every now and then and a
Yeah.
roast, and but we keep just buying the same kind of thing. So I was like, oh, because I'm being more cognizant of my grocery list just because I, save those coins where I can.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
yeah, we're just cooking some good things. Wow. Wow. I'm happy. Yeah, we could. Oh, this is turning the page, embracing hope, new year, new beginnings. So maybe this is a new beginning for you.
Maybe.
That pause was like too long. Okay. All righty. That's it. That's it. Wow.
Oh,
Oh
but
man.
yes, turning the page, new beginnings, all of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're moving into a new year.
We are moving into a new year. Yeah. Yeah.
2026 sounds
Whew.
crazy.
It does. It does. It
Can you
does.
remember when uh 1999 going to 2000, people thought that computers were going to crash and it was going to be the end
It was going to be
of
the
something.
end.
It was going to be the
Wow.
end.
2000, that was 25 years ago. Wow, I still remember that, but I still remember that when we walked up to, Prince's song, 1999 to
Oh yeah.
now 2000, that's also
Party
1999.
over.
Right,
Hmm.
and that was a few years before 1999, I
Yep.
think. That was a
Yep.
few years ago, and so I was thinking we would never get to that, and then we got to 99, and we did think that something incredible was gonna happen, with the computer systems and everything just kinda went rolled on,
Yeah.
ro
Hmm.
rolled on, and just like 25 to 26, everything is just gonna roll on, you know? But I think that this has, like, in every beginning of the year, it has some opportunities for us, and we're gonna talk about it today, so
Well, and this is connected. We'll probably, if the Lord blesses us to do this for some period of time, I'm sure around this time we'll talk about this. But in last year we talked about uh um
resolutions?
resolutions,
Resolutions.
resolutions.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't prescribe to resolutions.
Right,
I don't
right,
dig them, and so I like
right.
this focus today of like, okay, okay, if we're not doing resolutions, how can we think about it? So we're gonna like turn the page, and we can talk about that in a second.
Right,
And I
right.
think whether it's a resolution, whether it's every day, embracing hope
Mhm. Every day. I like those words.
every day.
Yes.
I think
Every
some
day.
people aren't connected to hope, Phil.
Wow. It's sad. Um, I and I have to agree, and immediately my mind starts thinking, what are those causes? Because I think of cause and effect, and what causes you not to have hope? And,
Mm,
or that's a whole to me, that's a whole nother conversation because we are all going through some things, but that
true.
hope is in here, it lies in here. So people that don't feel that hope is still available to them, or that's I hope that we can speak to that one episode, but
Well, I imagine, you know, hope is cultivated here, but it also coming from an experience. Maybe our experience, there was we couldn't find hope in that experience,
mm, all right,
right?
talk more. What,
Well,
like what?
well, depends on where you've come from.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think some of us have a natural, uh, what is it? Looking on the brighter side of things.
Uh-huh,
It,
uh-huh.
that could be a part of like
Mhm,
a personality,
mhm,
but
mhm.
I don't know that that's everyone. And
That's
sometimes
right,
those
right.
experiences that we've come from, maybe it's poverty, maybe it's some
Uh, uh,
familial situation, maybe it's
uh-huh,
some
uh-huh,
physical situation that we've come
uh,
from, weighs
uh-huh.
us down, which sort of clouds over the ability to
Mhm.
embody hope,
Yes,
to be
yes.
able to even see
Mhm,
the next step in a
mm,
positive way.
mhm.
It's all colored with negativity because
Right,
I've got this going on and this is happening and this is happening. What are you talking about?
right,
Hope.
right, right. And I have to bring up faith and spirituality and
Yeah.
religion with that,
Mhm,
when we
mhm.
say about hope, because I know that my faith sustains me, and I know that things happen. I mean, in the course of time, things may happen, and those experiences may not all be what you you would want them to be, but it is still I still have hope, and my faith kind of leads me on through because I know this stuff is temporary, man. You know, what we're
Mm,
seeing, what we go through is temporary. But I mean, turning the page because we get to turn the page and
we get to turn the
we get
page.
we get to. Yes.
You were talking about hope, and
Mhm.
this sticks into my mind about it, something that Joyce Myers had said some years ago that stuck with me. Hope is an expectation of something good, that
Mm.
something good will happen.
Mhm. Mhm.
Hope is an
Mhm.
expectation that something good will happen.
That's
And
rich. That's real
sometimes,
rich.
based on, again, our experience,
Ooh,
we don't expect
expect
that
something
something
good
good was
and good
happen.
is
And
coming
if we
to
can't do that, we don't have hope for fill in the blank.
mm. Right. Right. Wow.
So
Hope for the
here,
expectation that's something good. Yeah.
we want there to be hope for each
Absolutely.
other
For
and whoever's
yes,
watching
yes,
this, listening to it,
yes,
that
yes,
you have hope that something good will happen
yes, yes.
in the
Wow.
future.
In the
Tomorrow,
future. Right. Yeah. I mean, even I believe even right now while you're listening, you know, your situation can turn around. I mean, um, and I don't know what it is, but thank
okay.
you.
So
Thank
when
you.
we're talking about this turning the page, embracing
Page.
hope, and new year, new beginnings,
Mhm. Mhm.
what are your thoughts about, or what do you even think turning the page means? I'm interested.
Um, just top of mind, turn of the page means um leaving whatever that is behind. Not leaving it behind, but um having enough uh I would say fortitude or enough insight to let the past pass and
Mm.
being able to embrace what is next. Because we, contrary to us saying, oh, you need to move on from this and move on, we like to stay
Mm.
in the past. And a lot of the past, it doesn't lift us. It just it keeps us tied to things. And embracing and turning the page, that means, hey, I'm open. If I
Open for
could
what's
just,
next.
I'm open for what's next. I'm open for what's next. And I think the new year, instead of saying, what did I say? It says that we don't um, embrace the new year with curiosity and just what exploration instead of trying to set goals and do this I'm just going to explore more this year. I'm going to be
Setting an
curious.
intention
Yes, absolutely, about this is
to be more
how
curious or
I'm
whatever.
curious. Yes, yes. And um it says resolutions, I think they're pressure. And we're really trying to live up to those. We all know how they end up in a couple of weeks. But when you set your growth as curiosity or your intention as exploration, it it doesn't feel that exhausting. It feels hopeful that you can accomplish it.
Doable, perhaps.
Doable, doable.
Perhaps. You know,
Mm.
I was thinking, like,
Mm.
um, turning the page is a form of like a transition from one to the other. So you're
Mhm.
reading a book,
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
turn the page, you got to move to this next sort of scene.
Ooh.
So
Oh,
if
oh.
we imagine turning the page or moving from scene to scene, um, we can think about, okay, we're moving from this chapter to this chapter. You know, some of the characters are the same. Some of them will
Right.
come over into this
Oh.
chapter, but a lot of times there's new characters introduced. And then some of the characters, they don't make it into this next chapter, or we won't see them
Oh,
as frequently, right? So
exactly. I like that.
so
Yes.
we're still in this story. Story keeps
Mhm,
moving.
mhm,
We've
mhm,
turned the
mhm,
page.
mhm,
Some
mhm.
people stay the same, some people don't. We're not changing if we're thinking about the new year. We're not really changing who we are exactly. or we're just starting a new scene. So in the new scene, maybe you got new clothes, maybe you got a new house, maybe you are going to a new school, maybe you are uh, ending that relationship or starting a new one, friendship or romantic,
Right.
or
Right. Right.
changing relationships with family members.
Yes.
We're still
Yes.
a part of that same book or that same movie, but we are in a new chapter or we're now filming a new scene.
I like that metaphor. That is very, very, very ingenious to think of it that way. But what word just kept coming to me while you were talking
Hmm.
was
But
experiences. You know, even though you said that we'll have the same people, maybe different people
yes,
moving in and out of our lives in a new chapter,
yep,
but we won't have, when we turn that page, those experiences that we had, those were in the latter chapters, but now
right.
you'll have an opportunity to have new experiences with the new people, or not with new people, but even with the same people. It won't be the same way. It says it hits different. It won't hit the same way it
Hmm.
did when you turn that
Hmm.
page. But you know what, man? We have to be able to move with that fluidity, the fluidity of that chapter and of that time, or else we'll just stay s- stay in our expectations as well. Just stay there.
I was just thinking, using that metaphor of turning the page is sort of like
Mm.
um, moving into a new scene, whatever, that maybe things around us change. But
Mhm.
sometimes,
Mhm.
we're turning the page. It's a new year, right? New scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that scene looks set just like the other scene that you just
What?
came from. Right? What
It
do we do?
does.
How do we stay hopeful in that when maybe even we have some expectation of change, but here we go and we go into that new chapter and it looks the same. Same people, same setting. I'm wearing the same thing, right?
I know. That's
How do
so
we embody
deep.
hope in that?
How do we Okay, so I did write this, and I don't know if this is fitting right now, but we truly need to assess our lives in a meaningful way. We think about it, but it's easy to say, but we set it aside really quick sometimes. We set change aside.
Oh, oh,
We set new aside. And we end up with the same site. And so when you said that you're in the nothing is you've turned the page, but everything is the same.
mhm.
And
You just said
I
something really important there.
okay.
You said you set change aside.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
important because setting change aside, or maybe we can even add progress too. I think it's hard for people to move through change. And I think
It's
a lot of
hard.
times, more often than not, we set that aside. We were just talking before here, we were talking about there's only one way. I can't forget exactly what we said, but you have to go through.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
often
Mm-hmm.
that is seen as difficult. So when we might even get like a precursor of what's happening in the next chapter, we might
Right.
go, oh,
Oh,
I'm not doing that.
okay. Okay. And does that tell us that and while you're talking, I was thinking that maybe we're not ready for that.
Oh,
We're not ready. I think that, and
oh,
here's why. Okay, so I have tried to read a book for about 4 5 years, and I'd pick it up, I read a few words, I never
put it
finish it.
down.
I pick it up
Okay.
again, I would pick it up, never happened. But when I was ready, the words just leapt into my spirit. It just was like I was like, "Why didn't I read this 5 years ago?" But I
Well,
wasn't ready for that.
well, I
don't
remember what we were talking about, and you said
Mhm,
alignment.
Right, right, right. It came into alignment with where I was and what I was ready to receive out of those words. I wasn't in alignment, I wasn't ready for that. So,
Ooh,
and
ooh.
that's how, I don't know. I
Well
think that we're really saying something. I don't know what it is, but we really saying
well, we're just
we
going with
tapped
the
into
flow.
something. Yeah,
But
we
what you
really tied
said
through something, tapped into
you
something.
said not being ready? Well,
Yes.
what if part of being ready is I think sometimes we feel that we have to carry everything over into the next chapter, and we don't. We're s I think part of an awareness or insight is to go, "Oh, um, I guess I'll just go whether it's a backpack or a suitcase or whatever you want to use, that's heavy. Why am I
Mhm.
still carrying this? And do I wanna carry this over into this next chapter, or should I take some of this out?
Ooh,
Should I take some
okay.
of it out of this suitcase or this backpack, put it down because you know what? I need to go fast, and I
I
can't go
need to go
fast
fast. Carrying
with
all of
all
this
this. I
stuff
can't.
that
I can't.
is outdated, old relationships, old expectations, old things that we have it didn't feel heavy when we started, but we didn't unpack that
It didn't
backpack.
feel heavy, but we
And
knew it
we
was
knew it.
anyhow, but we carried it.
We
We carried it
carried it.
anyhow,
We carried it because
and not
that
just
was
other stuff, stuff about
mm,
ourselves.
oh man. Oh man. Oh man.
Can
And
we put it down?
we have to in
It's
order.
not that easy.
It's not. I mean, I know. I mean, but and we were speaking about growth,
Mm,
and growth, and I was telling you about someone that was in their comfort zone, and I told them that growth, you do
mm.
not grow in your comfort zone.
I
You
love
grow
that. You
on the
don't grow in your
outside of
comfort
it.
zone.
You grow
Yep.
on the outside, and we just want some. There's these words that says some low risk growth. We don't want to. We don't want to go in all the way. We just want to
Excuse me,
just.
teacher.
Yes, sir.
You mean like a low risk investment?
Low risk
I
invest.
want low risk, but I want a
I'm
big
on a high
yield.
return. Yes, yes. Oh man, you speaking. Yes, yes. You want a high return on it, but you want low risk or low buy-in.
Yes.
But it's big. It is. And why we don't embrace turning that page because it looks the same. Oh man, that's so good. That's
Or
good.
we're carrying a lot
Mm-hmm.
that we and maybe sometimes, and I'm just thinking, this is
Mm-hmm.
the therapist part of my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I don't know that we realize that we can take something out of the bag or just
Yes.
completely take off the bag. We
Right.
don't realize that that
Oh,
is
completely
something
just
that
drop it. Oh,
drop
man.
it.
Yes, yes, I
We
like
don't
that.
we haven't learned that we're in control of that somewhat. Once we understand
Right,
what's in
right,
that bag.
right, 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 and, that just leads me to that we in the beginning of the year, we believe that we need to change everything in our lives or, we have intentions to, I'm
Mhm.
dropping this, I'm getting rid of this and this, but we
Mhm.
don't think about what are we gonna add? What are we gonna add to, um You know, what are we going to add to replace that stuff? Because some of that will get easily replaced with that same stuff
Oh, it's
that
going
we
to
just
immediately.
right, right, right. So
Well,
I
maybe not immediately,
right,
but you know what I mean.
right. I think that it just slowly will creep in, and we soon will be carrying that backpack again with all of that stuff in there. And
Maybe
why? Well,
maybe Phil will like, you know what? Let me go back. And then you go
ooh,
back and you're like,
and
I wonder
reread.
if
Oh,
is that reread and then you go, well, let me pick up that backpack. It's still there. Let me get it. Because
right,
there
right.
I need that, right?
Right. Yes, yes. Old habits,
I
old relationships, old
old,
familiarity of the old,
old.
old. And useless, but I'm so thankful. I want to turn the page on what New Year's, new beginnings. What that embracing hope, what that really looks like, and what are your
Me
thoughts about what does it look like to help those you know people that are watching that are maybe at a crossroads and they're carrying that backpack, and
well, I
what
think that
can.
when we talk about hope, I think
Mhm.
sometimes for some people it's associated with happiness too. Or maybe they don't think about hope, but they think about happiness. Let me do
Mm.
this for happiness. And I don't
Mhm.
even I really don't know outside of folks who have some kind of faith-based practice. I don't know that they really consider hope so much, but we consider happiness. And I
Which is
think
oh, okay.
I just think in this is like sometimes turning the page or maybe our cultural associations across the world, or at least the Western world, with setting resolutions is thinking about um, thinking that if we change something, we're going to be happy. If I do this thing, it'll be happy. But we don't have thought about, well, I'm still carrying the backpack. So if I'm carrying the backpack and I go over into this new chapter and I say, this is what I'm going to do, but I've got this weight on my shoulder, I'm not gonna really be, effective with it, and that's probably the reason why we drop it, right? Because I think we're
Right,
thinking,
right.
"We're gonna do this thing, and then I'll also be happy
So you're
once
saying that
this change." Go ahead.
so you're saying we'll still care, we're not dropping the backpack. We're just dropping that resolution or that new goal in
Oh, yeah, we're
in
still
boots.
carrying the backpack.
We're not okay. This yeah, and I think that happens. That's why whatever stats are out about how many people stop pursuing their new goal by the third week of January, even sometime quicker. And how many people go to start a new gym or something in January, and by February, the gym is empty,
It's
or
empty.
it's just back to normal. So, but we're still carrying those things. Well, how do we get from that?
Well, it's not an easy thing because I think
It's not
most of
easy.
us think that turning the page, starting over, whatever, is the key to us being happiness, and we forget that starting over, turning the page, we're in a new scene. If we can, you said curiosity. If we can go into the new scene with like new eyes and curiosity, some excitement, right? Maybe we turn that page, there could
Mhm.
be a little bit of fear, right?
Mhm,
When
mhm,
we
mhm,
turn the
mhm,
page,
mhm, mhm,
maybe we're gonna grieve something that we've set down, even though we know we needed to put it down because it was too heavy and we did not need to carry it, we're still going to, "Oh, I put that down. Oh my gosh, I remember." But we know it's the best for us, but we're still gonna have some grief for what
mhm.
we left behind.
What we left behind. Wow. That's that's profound. What we left behind. Even
Mhm.
though we leave behind things every day, maybe minuscule things that we leave, and maybe I don't have the right can't express it the way that I'm thinking,
It's
but
okay,
I
work it
think
out.
that I think that we
I'm
leave
with
things
you.
behind even more than you know. We leave some people behind. We leave some habits behind, that are not, you say, don't lead us to happiness or that don't pursue us. And I can think about smoking. I smoked for some lot of years, and but I had to make up in my mind, I'm leaving that behind. So it's possible for us to drop that backpack or drop what weighs for us. Um, it just so happens to be we are at the beginning of the year and
Mhm.
we're kind of conditioned to do that. This is the new year. So this is the time to do it. But I always say there's this one fitness man I listen to, and he said, "Why do you have to start in January? Why couldn't you have started your new regimen in December or
Mhm.
in November?" You know, so instead of waiting to January, think that that is going to be the end all to be all. I'm starting that then. Why not start back
Well,
then?
we
And
we get this focus. I mean, listen, the new year is important.
it
In
is.
our life, in so many different way, there's
Hmm.
always endings and beginnings. There's death and life, and
That's
and one sort of begets the other. I mean, just period. So you always have this dichotomy of life and death and ending and beginning. It's built into our life, right?
yes,
And
yes,
I think that's the reason why resolutions have been such a big thing, or these movements that people create like dry January and stuff, because it's a beginning and it's appropriate to start things. But with
hmm
what you were saying,
hmm
let's not put the weight on the new year.
right, right.
Let's put it on whatever day that we're at,
Right, right, right. And
right?
whatever day, yes. And I like the way, thank you. I was trying to say every in our lives, we have endings and beginnings, you
Hmm.
know, and that's just inevitable for us to when we are living, you know, that we have beginnings, endings. Um, that's just so rich.
Well,
And
let's.
I go,
I'm interested in this piece because if we're talking about new beginnings, but sometimes new beginnings, and this sounds contradictory to just what we were saying, means we have to go back to some place that we were before. We have to go back to something or someone that we've loved. But maybe we're doing it this time with new eyes, new perspective, or we're uh, uh, we're rested, or our mind isn't as in turmoil.
okay, yeah, I would say it's yeah, in flux. Yeah,
Yes.
on and we have clearer eyes and maybe you know with more wisdom about it,
Oh,
you
more
know, more
wisdom.
wisdom about
That's
that
important.
situation. And we we change, you know. I always like to ask people that you know I'm close to, how have you, what has changed? You know, I haven't seen you in this amount of time. What has changed? And because I'm seeing things through different eyes now. And
Mm.
it's just what has that's all I got. What has changed? But
Well, I think that's important in our relationships because some people, maybe they have made some change.
Mhm, mhm,
Maybe the other person has made a lot of change. And that at one
mhm,
point in time, that person moved on,
mhm, mhm.
whatever, work,
Right,
relationship, I don't know what it is.
right.
And then, if we're talking about, okay, like a fresh start, or maybe you find yourself back in a place again,
Mhm, mhm.
maybe in with the person who's like, they want to engage in that friendship, that relationship, that work relationship. You're like,
But
what's different about you? I know I've changed, but you
changed, right,
appear the
right.
same. I can't
You
go
are
back
the
there.
I'm not going back to that. And
No.
because I am not that same person that I
No.
once was. And um be it in thought or be it in how I perceived you at that time. Maybe I saw you through that and that's the way
Yeah.
maybe have seen each other, but I don't see you like that anymore. And it matters that I'm not returning to that because I'm not that person.
I'm not
Um
returning, or I don't desire. to
I don't
return with that.
desire. Right,
You m
right, right, right.
you might be challenged,
Right, exactly, and
right?
you know what? Unfortunately, there's some people that want you to be that same person that they thought that you were. They want to because that's their comfort. That's what got that in their bag, that this is my
Yeah,
go-to, this is, and that's a whole other thing, but I'm happy that it is a new year and that we can turn the page, that we can embrace hope, and that it's a new beginning. And
a new
this
beginning.
year, I'm going to start small. Of course, there's some things that I want to leave behind and some things that I want to add because when I turn that page, I don't want to
Mhm.
see that same scene. Maybe the plot is different. Maybe the
Yeah,
characters, the dialogue is
yeah,
a little different. But
yeah.
I tell you, it is just an opportunity for exploration and curiosity for 2026.
For
I'm excited.
2026.
26 is here. It is
So
here, man.
it is here. It is here.
Yeah.
So turning the page, embracing hope,
Yeah.
new year
New year.
2026, new
Yeah.
beginnings in 2026.
Yes.
Before we head out of here,
Yeah,
this
man.
has been a year of new beginnings for the two of us, Phil,
Mhm.
in this
In this
podcast, in
space right here.
the
Yes.
space,
Yes.
in all the learning and figuring things out, right?
Yes. It has. Yes.
And
Yes.
it could have been easy because it
Um,
hasn't necessarily been easy to go,
I don't
you know what,
I don't
let me
think
go
it was
back.
supposed to. I don't think it was supposed to. And I mean, if we go back to that growth does not happen when it is easy. It is
No,
you got to put some weight on that bar. You want to
there
gain
you
some
go.
muscles, you got to put some weight on it. So, yeah, life just says, whoop, here you go.
Life is. Well,
Yes.
Phil, we're moving
Yes,
out of
man.
this
Yeah.
podcast for today, and we really want to thank all of you who have listened in this year.
Yes.
We really
Yeah.
thank you for joining us as we're learning how to do this, and we especially thank you for joining us today. We really hope that this episode inspired you in some kind of way.
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
it'll make you think about hope for the future. And if it did remind you, or we encourage you to share your story with us in the comments. We want to
Yes.
keep this conversation going on in 2026 and
Uh,
onwards, right?
and
And
beyond. Yes.
and beyond. We appreciate all your insights and we appreciate all the feedback that we have gotten from you, our listeners. Because every like and comment, as you've heard before from other YouTubers and social media influencers, that those comments and likes help to make a difference in us being seen and our community growing. So until we meet again, which we hope is
Wow.
going to be soon, we
So,
really hope that you discover the inspiration that empowers you to let your voice be heard today, every day, and throughout the year I was going to say 2006, in 2026. All
yes.
right, y'all.
Yes.
Have a
Wow.
good day.
Take care.
Bye.